All right, welcome to another episode of Backyard Feeds. This is the voice of Monks, and that is the face of Izzy. Tell us, Izzy.
It's like Voltron.
What are we cooking today, mate?
Chop, chop.
Or as my daughter just told me, Daddy, don't say that. It's tonight.
Yeah.
What are you cooking tonight?
That's right. You got to get...
Hey, 1.5 metres.
Yeah, 1.5 metres. Back up, back up. All right. Tonight we are cooking a delicious crocodile curry.
So, walk us through what we've got here.
Okay, so just to start, we got our shallots chopped. We've got some chili for the chili fiends out there. If you're not a chili fiend, get some chili in you. Ginger and garlic. So we're going to whack all that into our frying pan. And then we're going to get that onto the barbecue and let that basically soften before we add the next ingredients. So we'll get that all in there. A lot of shallots. And let's get our chili in there. Alright. We've got some olive oil in the pan. Give that a mix around. Let's get it on there. Okay. So we're going to let that soften for a little bit. The next ingredient I want to add into this is capsicum. So I'm going to, that's one thing I don't have prepped. So I'm going to get that now.
So how hot is this barbecue going at?
Hot.
Nice, good.
But it's on low. It's on low. Look at this little technique. So you take off your stem, turn your capsicum upside down, and then just slice down your pieces like that. Right? You would have thought this guy was a professional. Done it once before.
Only time will tell how much this technique is changing my life as we speak.
Is it? All right.
I can't tell you, I haven't.
You know what? I saw Gordon Ramsay talk about this side, like you flip them over so that way it doesn't bounce off it. But like, I mean, come on, if this bounces off and flicks you in the face, that's a bouncy capsicum. But anyway, if you want to be safe, you can do it on the other side. We're going to go really thin strips. All right, bunch of capsicum. Don't be too delicate. Let's get it in there. Now we're going to give that a little bit and let that soften. And we'll move on. Let's get ready. Our next bit we want to chuck in really soon is I'm going to chuck some broccoli in here as well. Crank in some pepper. A little salt. Give that a mix. There we go. Okay, we got our broccoli. It's all pretty much ready to go. Just gonna break it off and chuck it in. Normally I would chop it, but you know what? I'm in the mood for breaking.
Are you often in the mood for breaking?
Sometimes.
Now, while these veggies do their thing, Mistery here is not an indigenous man. He's what we call an
I'm
ally.
indigenous to somewhere. Don't ask me where.
But not this backyard.
No.
But what he's done here, he's helping us out. He's local artist. In fact, probably the most prolific of Sydney street artists over the last 30 years, I'd say.
Some people use the word pathetic instead of prolific, but I'll take that one.
Well, you can use both. They're not mutually exclusive. They mean different things, and they might both be applicable at the same time. But if we truly thought that pathetic was the word, we would not have you in here.
You would not have hired me for my skills.
Okay, we got our crock. We're gonna bung it in.
Now, you chucked that on off camera. How long has it been on there for?
Not very long. It was just we did this from frozen, so they say with crock it's better. I mean, I personally don't like using frozen stuff first because you have to sort of get it thawed and get it soft. But they say with croc to use it frozen. Anyway, so I had to soften it a little bit, and now we got it in there. So next step is we're going to get a curry powder in there, and today, what curry powder would we normally use? Yeah, you're keen, aren't you? That's what we would use, Keens. But no, today we're going to use this bush curry, which not everything is native to Australia that's in this bush curry, but it has a bunch of native ingredients in it. We are on to our last 3 steps for our crocodile curry. So we have some stock, we have some coconut milk or coconut cream. I chose to get cream to make it a little bit thicker, and half or a lime to squeeze in there, the juice. So these are our last 3 things. This will be done completely last, but right now we get our stock in here. I'm just judging it about half a cup to a cup. Just and we'll leave some to see if we need more later. Give that a stir, and we're going to let that simmer. Is it starting to look a little bit more liquidy for you? Okay. Now we even have a lid. We might put the lid on. Just let that do its thing for a while. We might add a little bit more coconut cream and a little bit more stock in a little bit, and then we'll add our lime juice. But for now, we're just going to let it simmer, and we'll catch you in a minute. Let's have a look then there. What's going on? You want to get up a little bit close and personal, have a little bit of a look, see what's going on? What do you reckon, Monks? How's it looking?
I reckon I'm ready to eat it.
Yeah, look at that. So there you go. There's your croc. It's looking tender. It's still looking because you don't want it to be cooked too much, and you can see it's still.
Is there any danger in having it undercooked?
You want it just cooked. So
being the croc cooking expert you are?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're on our last step, and our last step here simply is some lime. So we're just gonna squeeze some fresh lime in and around, and we'll mix that in there, and then we'll let it sit for a little bit longer. And we might get a little bit more in there. I'm trying not to disrupt it too much. Okay. Now we're going to let that simmer, and that'll be done. And we're done. Let's have a look. Okay. Yo, Yama, here we are at the end of Backyard Feeds, and we've just cooked up crocodile curry. We have a special guest in the place to be. Mystery, what up?
Hello there.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
And I like what you've done here, right here for us, for our show.
Thank you. You like what I've done with the place? Thank
I like
you.
what you've done with the place, yeah. So as you can see, Backyard Feeds, and there's our
It's a prophetic vision of 21 monks when he starts to go grey. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, big ups, props, that's dope. So anyway, today we cooked something different and something, I guess, to most people that's quite unusual. And we both had this once before.
Yes, but not in this form.
No. So
Yes.
let's give it a whirl and see what the crocodile's like.
Bon appetit. Would it be a cliche to say tastes like chicken?
It probably would be, but you know what? I agree.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I can dig it.
There you have it, folks. They can dig it. Can you dig it?
See you next time.